everyone. I don't know if this is going to end up being a week-long vlog, a day-long vlog. I mean, right now, it's Monday at 2 something in the afternoon.
2:56 p.m.
Almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I don't know that there's going to be much to vlog. But I got up today, had to get ready for a work meeting. I thought I had 2 work meetings, but one got canceled. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Actually, it's better to go to this other, life meeting anyway that I wasn't planning on being able to go to because of that meeting. And now I'm just sort of... Man, I've just been feeling some kind of way today. Discouraged, worried. You know, I prefer to work by myself, writing, transcribing, talking, and going to Zoom meetings and working with other people. That's easy for me to do, but I don't necessarily always like doing it. That's why I figure self-employment is probably the best thing for me. But I don't want to have to deal with the responsibility that comes with being a businesswoman. You have to understand business law. You have to do everything. You have to... There's a level of responsibility that comes with being your own boss, which I don't know that I want to deal with. It's a lot like home ownership. I want the freedom to decide, no, this is not the way things are going in this house. This is the way things are going in this house. And I can do that because I own the freaking house. But along with that comes, oh shit, the plumbing isn't working, or this or that isn't working. Okay, I have to find someone to fix this shit, as opposed to it being someone else's job because I rent. I still think renting is probably what I'll want to do. I just have to be careful about who I rent from, because the easy thing to do would be to rent from subsidized housing. Frankly, that's what I feel that I can afford. But with some of the things that have been going on with subsidized housing lately, I don't know if I want to keep living in that. I don't know if I'm going to include this in the ultimate vlog. I don't even know if this is going to turn into an ultimate vlog, but it's Monday and I'm starting a video, and I don't know where this is going to go, but this is my frame of mind as I start this video. Hopefully my spirits will have elevated somewhat when I come back, whenever that is, to talk about whatever I talk about. You know, whether you're making food for yourself, so you've got actually prepared food and taking your trash out, or whether you're spending 3, 4, 8 hours on a job, they're both equal ways of being productive. Maybe making food doesn't make you money, but first of all, you can't, even if you have the perfect thing in mind that you love to do, you found that life passion that you have and you love to do it, if you don't nourish yourself properly, you can't expect yourself to be on top of your game trying to do that. So it's just as important to make yourself food as it is to do a job. It's just as important to take your trash out so that it's not disgusting in the place where you're living and maybe working, as it is to update the programs on your computer so that your computer can work properly. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're feeling some kind of way, if you're having a hard time getting going and all you can do is clean up your place a little bit and make yourself some good food to eat so that you'll have food for the next few days, that's valid activity. That's taking care of yourself. Don't be upset with yourself because you did that instead of doing something that would be quote unquote more productive. That's productive too. That's just as important, if not more important, than other ways of being productive. This is what I'm talking about. Did you hear how this video started? I started talking before my Braille Sense Read You 2 was actually starting, whereas my Victor Reader Stream, you know, even though I love my Braille Senses and I talk about how I will probably vlog with them, I might actually end up doing more recordings on the Victor Reader Streams. I don't know, you know, it really probably doesn't matter. Half of you probably don't give a damn what I use to record, or you just want to hear what I have to say. But, you know, yeah, the Victor is smaller, easier to carry around. I love my Braille Senses, and I love my Victors, and they're both probably going to end up being vlogging recorders, but, you know, I'm sure it's the same thing with a lot of YouTubers. Some people have bothered to invest in cameras, like official cameras, like Sony, Nikon, Canon, and then, like, they've got a camera that they carry around, and then, just as often, they whip out their phone and just open the camera app and start recording a video. It's the same thing when you're doing audio content. Just whatever you choose to use at the moment, whatever works for you best, just you do what you do. I'm so frustrated. I just had... That's not enough for anything. I just had a grocery order delivered, and now I'm going to have to put another one in. I just ran out of foil. Like, I know I'm not the only one that does this. Okay. I've ordered groceries. You didn't make a complete order, honey. What about this other thing that you're about to run out of? Of course, you don't realize that you're going to run out of it when you put the grocery order in. And then as soon as it gets delivered and you go start using the things that you bought, you realize, I'm using the last freaking bit of this. Yeah, that should have gone on the list. Dang it. I'm only going to end up making one plate of stuff, because I don't have anything to cover it up with now. I suppose I could put a paper towel over it, but that's not something to cover it up with. I mean, I suppose it is, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to get more foil. Of course, it doesn't help that I get the smallest package of foil, the cheapest. I should probably put a few more bucks into like a bigger package so that maybe it won't run out so fast. And it doesn't help that I take bigger pieces of foil than I really need. I mean, it doesn't take that much foil to cover a plate. I just don't realize that when I pull it off. I end up like really wrapping it up good, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but then this happens. Set air fryer to 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Air frying for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. figure out what else I need. I'm always running out of something. Oh, that is the perfect order. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. That's the perfectly priced order. I could send for this now, but I could also send for it tomorrow. It's 4 something in the afternoon. You know, you ever have this argument with yourself, like, you haven't done that much today. What are you talking about? And then it's like, well, how much more do I want to do? Like, does something happen after you hit your 40s and your energy just goes straight down the freaking bathtub drain? I don't know if it's that or the fact that I'm still kind of feeling some kind of way about some things that happened last week or what, but that's definitely what's going on today. Actually, I don't think it's just today. I think that's just me lately. It's like I end up with the energy to do only so much, and then it's like, you know, let's call it a day already. And anyone on the outside looking in would be going, what the hell are you talking about? There's plenty more left of the day. There's plenty more you should be able to do. What are you talking about? Well, you know what? We choose to give ourselves some grace. I almost said we have to give ourselves some grace, but we don't have to do anything, but I choose to realize that whether anyone understands it or not, it's okay to live in a way where I don't have to force myself to do what doesn't come easily for me. I mean, the most absolute critical things I think got done today. I went to my work meeting. I paid my rent. That's like really important. I choose to not beat myself up about things that maybe should have gotten done today but didn't. Another thing that's equally important is getting these move, exercise, stand rings. I'm not as concerned about the stand. That just gets taken care of. But the move and exercise rings on this Apple Watch, I want to get those closed. My goal is to do that every day. I could do a video separate from this one at some point about what it is about my health, why that's so important. But let's just say that diet and exercise apparently are what I need to be focusing on, and there's only so much that diet will do. I mean, I think I've done everything I can do as far as changing how I eat. I mean, I guess you can always do something else, but instead of continuing to come up with, what else can I do? What else can I do? What else I can do is acknowledge that this exercise ball is my preferred exercise equipment and use it more. And I've been doing that more lately. And I actually hit 1,000 move goals accomplished. I don't know if that's 1,000 move goals since I have had my Apple Watch or what. But I hit 1,000 move goals the other day, and I hit a perfect week, like closing my move goal or exceeding it every day this past week. So that was cool. I've never done that. So again, it's about making time to take care of yourself and do what's the most important for you. And no matter what anyone else thinks about, well, that's important, yeah, but other things are important too. Well, if you don't start by taking care of yourself, you can't expect to be at your best when you go take care of other things that are important. So, I guess that's the takeaway from this video. I don't know if I needed to reiterate that to myself or if someone watching just needs to hear that today, but if you needed to hear that, just know that if you don't do everything you set out to do, if you took care of yourself and did the most important things for you individually, that's worth being proud of yourself for. I've actually closed my exercise ring already. I try to like double, triple close it if I need to, trying to get the move ring closed. That's a little bit harder to close, but it's still doable. I mean, I closed it all 7 days last week, so in fact, I think I closed my exercise ring like 6 times, 5 or 6 times last week, but closed the move ring every day. So that's pretty cool. Alright, let's do this. I have waited long enough. It is time to get this trash taken out. The unfortunate thing about this is I have not figured out how to walk around with a recorder and make it sound right. Like, there's always some amount of as I'm walking around. So if you hear that, sorry, but it just happens. Which one of these keys? This is kind of annoying. Which one of these keys is... There was a little thing on this one key to like remind me that it was the right key. But I don't know what happened to it. I could put another one on there, but... I don't have to deal with an elevator at my other building. I'm on the ground floor, so that's an easier journey over there, but until the place is actually like fully renovated, that's not something that's going to happen. I mean, it's worth dealing with the elevator and going down a few floors, pushing the right button, finding the right button, going down a few floors, doing what you got to do. It's worth doing that for another however many weeks I need to do it, so that when I finally do move back over there, it's safe for me to be trying to navigate. It's quite the walk. It might not sound as long as it is because I might edit some stuff out. Because I don't want other people's voices or anything ending up on these recordings. And if I happen to get anyone's like voice as I was on my way down here, that'll be cut out. Listen to that outside door. Listen to that squeaky door. Seems like every time they fix that squeak, it squeaks all over again. See what I mean? Do you hear this? I always do this. I did this again, didn't I? Put this drink, left it on the table. Yep, it's been sitting here all day. It's not cold at all. I'm going to throw it in the freezer because I'm going to be eating like pretty soon here. And if I just put it in the refrigerator, you know, I make these meals and put them on paper plates, but it's fine to have them, like, store them on paper plates, but a lot of times I will go ahead and there's something about using like a real plate that maybe makes it seem like it's like not rushed and grab and go, and yeah. I don't always do that, but sometimes I do. Tonight I'm gonna. It's actually something I've been trying to do a little bit more lately. You know, you don't have to inhale and go. Certainly not at dinner, like at the end of the day, like sit down and relax with your food and like eat on a real plate. Microwave it on what it's on and then transfer it to the real plate. To make it make sense, what's going on when, I think last week you saw or was it yesterday? It was probably last week. I am probably going to go back to like a weekly video schedule. Unless I end up just vlogging and vlogging and vlogging and deciding to just put them up like every day or every other day or something. If you're wondering what I'm eating, by the way, chicken, vegetables, potatoes. I'm one of these people that just finds something she likes and then just eats it. Like, the idea of variety sounds good, but when it comes to what I make for dinner, it's like kind of the same thing a lot of times. But this is one thing that I know is a pretty healthy, for the most part, meal. So that's part of the reason I just eat that, and partly because I like it. Anyway, last week I think you saw what amounts to a rerun, except it never got posted in the first place. But it actually happened in like late April, but I never did post it. Now you're watching late July, where I'm still kind of processing my thoughts and emotions about how someone thought it was just a brilliant idea for me to move back into my other building before the renovation was completed, when the whole reason why I moved out of there in the first place was because the construction was happening and I wasn't living inside a construction site. Like, why would you ask me to move back when the construction wasn't finished? Specifically on this floor, like, if the first floor was done and you had construction to finish on the 6th floor, that might have been okay, but common areas on the first floor that I would be navigating around and through and into are not completed. That is not the right time for me to be moving back. Thank God I was able to move back to my interim place. But I thought I'd felt my way through that, but today I was just feeling some kind of way, so maybe I haven't. I don't know. And it might not be just about that. It actually might also be about this other thing. Actually, it's about it's both about this other thing and me thinking about my future. Like, when I make the other move, I said in my life update the other day, because I recorded it a few days ago, they're going to finish that renovation, and I'm going to move back there. That's been a part of the plan for a long time. But after that, the time's eventually going to come when I'm going to move to another state, and that move's going to happen. And when that move happens, my inclination right now is to live somewhere other than subsidized housing, because between something that happened a couple of years ago and this decision that was made, not about me moving back, I'm talking about a different decision that I haven't gone into the details of yet. It's not personally against me, it's about everyone that lives in this apartment building. I understand their argument, but when you think about what is easy and helpful for a person who has special needs, that just is not easy for a person that has special needs. And if worst came to worst, I don't know what somebody would do. I mean, but these are the decisions that the head honchos of subsidized housing make. And with that being the case, I feel like I don't want to go back to a similar place when I move, like, in a lot of ways, that move is going to be up-leveling my life. And if those are the kind of decisions that are made in subsidized housing, that's not an up-level. That's a rinse and repeat of the same things that don't work. Or a down level, like things might get worse. So these are the things I'm thinking about right now, and I'll probably talk it out with someone as I figure out what I'm going to do when and how, and I'll probably take you along with me, because whether it's a YouTube blog or a written blog, I have it in mind to create a written blog, but I haven't done it yet. I like to talk, I like to write, and whether it ever makes me any money or not, that's just something that I choose to do. I like it. Dare I say it, I'm good at it. And when you've got a talent that you like to do, why not make the most of it? Finally closed the move ring. Got to register one more hour on the stand, and that will get all of the rings closed for today. Is this the most boring freaking vlog? I'm sure every vlogger feels that way. It's like, why would anyone want to sit and listen to what I have to say when I'm just talking about normal junk that happens throughout the day? Well, I remember enjoying it. I probably could still enjoy it. I'm probably not the only one that enjoys these types of videos, so I'm just going to post them, and if people like them, cool. If they don't, well, you don't have to watch. If you don't like it, don't watch. I don't know if anything else is going to get done tonight. I'm going to just wrap this up, stand up like within the next hour, not this one, because this one's already been counted, and then take this watch off and probably, if not go to bed, like get ready for bed already. And then you watch. That won't happen, or I won't go to sleep, or and that brings us to the end of this vlog. Thank you for listening, watching, and I hope you got some amount of entertainment out of it, or some amount of relatability, like maybe someone's feeling like I have today, and you needed to hear this to realize, oh, I'm not alone. Thanks for listening, watching. Hope you got something or another out of it. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.